The smiling and benevolent gods of progress and technology have bestowed upon us the ability to communicate instantly across vast expanses of land, sea, and space. We can monitor, manage, and even operate equipment located hundreds or even thousands of miles away. We can identify tiny faults within remote machines, diagnosing them and fixing them long before that fault becomes costly downtime. We can call upon real time data so that we know down to the millimetre how much material has been moved and where it's been moved to. In short, demolition and construction really should be a beacon of efficiency in an often chaotic world. But is it? I'm not so sure. So, yesterday I was browsing through LinkedIn and I came across a post from a company that was looking for someone to haul their crusher back from just outside Manchester to its home in the south of England. They weren't looking to deploy their own transport, nor were they seemingly seeking a licensed heavy haulage contractor. A Google search would have sorted that out. They were looking for someone with a flatbed truck that just happened to be passing by. Surely, if you send your crusher halfway up the motorway, you should probably give some thought about how you might get it back again. This is not an isolated incident. On the very same day, I saw a second LinkedIn post, this one looking for someone to haul away several skiploads of demolition waste. Shouldn't that be planned ahead of time? Surely you know that demolition would give rise to waste. There's more. How many agencies receive a frantic call for workers to start the following Monday? On the flip side, how many workers get to site each day to learn that either they or their machine has been off-hired? How many working men and women arrive at site only to be sent home for wearing the wrong colour PPE, all for the sake of a phone call? How many times do you see multiple trades tripping over each other because they were all told to arrive on site at precisely the same time? How many times do you see the same pile of muck or material moved from one place to another because no one thought about the best place to put it in the first place? And then there's the one that really does take the proverbial biscuit. On 3 separate occasions in very quick succession, viewers of this show have had to down tools because, for one reason or another, the diesel didn't turn up. Major national construction and demolition companies working on multi-million-pound projects utilising Lord alone knows what value of equipment, and the entire team is sat scratching its collective arse because some numpty forgot to order or deliver the diesel. How? Is the fact that machines require diesel a surprise to you? We have a training course and a competence card for everything. We have a piece of paper and a tick box for everything. We have a procedure for everything. Everything except ordering the bloody diesel, apparently. Despite the advent of fleet tracking technology and telematics, how many jobs up and down the UK are stopped each week because the wrong machine is in the wrong place at the wrong time? It truly blows my mind that we live in an age in which we have access to the most reliable equipment in the history of this business. Equipment that monitors itself for faults. Equipment that can communicate with the dealer to alert that fault and to order parts required to rectify them. Yet that machine could still find itself stationary for lack of diesel. And if you think it's bad now, imagine the situation when we switch to electricity. If the same person that forgot to organise the diesel is in charge of charging machines, operators will arrive to find their batteries flat and then face 8 hours of thumb twiddling while the machine is charged. Over in the manufacturing sector, there is a principle called JIT, or just in time. It's a production strategy aimed at improving efficiency and reducing waste by receiving goods only as and when they are needed in the production process. Developed at least in part by Toyota, this method minimises inventory costs as materials are not stored for long periods and production schedules are closely aligned with customer demand. JIT requires precise planning, reliable suppliers, and smooth production flows to avoid delays that could disrupt the entire manufacturing process. JIT has become a key principle in lean manufacturing, helping companies respond quickly to market changes while maintaining exceptionally high standards. Manufacturing has just in time. Demolition construction has just too late. None of these things, the delivery of machines and fuel, the correct allocation of suitable workers, should be taking us by surprise in a supposedly mature and efficient industry sector. We know weeks, months, and even years in advance what is required, when and where. So why are we still found wanting? Just one final note here. Here in the UK, construction employs around 3 million people and accounts for roughly 7% of GDP. It provides the homes we live in, the schools where our children are taught, hospitals that cure our sick, and roads to allow people and goods to travel freely up and down the country. And yet, in this day and age, all of that hinges upon somebody remembering to order the bloody diesel.